Good afternoon. Welcome to another edition of Southern Sandpiper. I'm your host, Kenny, and today it is International Pipe Smoking Day. It also happens to be my wedding anniversary. So I'm going to give a shout out to both of those today. Today I am blessed to be smoking a brand new pipe that my wife picked up for me for our anniversary. It's an estate pipe, of course. It is a London Briar made in Italy. I would never have guessed this is an Italian pipe, especially with a name like London Briar. When I first opened this and looked at it, I was amazed at A, the condition of the pipe, B, is just at how beautiful of a ring grain it is on this pipe. It is absolutely amazing. It was a hard choice today on what tobacco to smoke on International Pipe Day. Do I smoke Morton? Do I smoke Northwoods? Do I smoke one of my new ones? Do I smoke one of my old ones? Well, I decided to go on one of my newer ones that I've sort of been on a kick on lately, and that is C&D's Star of the East Flag. This stuff is lovely and makes a great smoke for both International Pipe Smoking Day and a good way to celebrate my anniversary, even though my wife would tell you, what are you doing outside making pipe videos on our anniversary? Let's give this one a good light. I just gave it a charring light before I started. Well, right away, my first impressions of this pipe is nice. Nice, easy draw. Wonderful. A little bit more narrow and smaller bowl. I use this particular tapper of mine, which is a merchant service one. You can see it takes up quite a bit of that. Soft, yeah. One more light. But we'll put that down for a second. She also got me out something really cool for anniversary and for my man cave when it's done. I'll call it for International Pipe Smoking Day as well. And that is this old tobacco tin. That's the Sparking Dog Smoking Mixture Never Bites. You notice it's an old school Boston Terrier with cropped ears. You don't see a lot with cropped ears anymore. They all have ears. Well, not all. The majority of mine have ears that stand up well. Sometimes you get a throwback and they don't. But it wasn't uncommon during the early parts of the breed to crop the ears. And even today, many of the ones that you see in the dog shows in Westminster, etc., some of those breeders crop the ears. You do not dock tails in the breed. Some people think because they have short tails that those tails are docked. That is not true. Boston Terriers can have a variety of tails, from no tail at all to a little bit of stubby tail to even kind of a crooked looking tail. Sometimes when you see those tails, people go, oh, that dog must not be pure Boston. Hogwash. Take a look at some of the old Boston Terrier. My wife collects them. The Boston Terrier Hubley, old cast iron door holders that look like Boston Terriers. They all have tails on them typically. Out of my Bostons, I've got one with a little bit of a tail that's crooked. Um, Her name is Harley Quinn. I wonder why. A little troublemaker she is, and brilliantly smart. Um, but Harley has what they call it's a gay tail, and it has nothing to do with her being happy or nothing to do with her sexuality. It is just what they call that tail. It is a gay tail, and she's cute as a bug. She's got a litter of 4 puppies right now, who are 6 weeks old or so. I'll be posting them up on our Canterbury Tales Boston Terriers website. All of our puppies, people are always asking, are they available? No, my dogs are never available. We have a application process, a waiting list, interview process. So people want a dog from us. It's usually 9 months to a year, and you've got to pass all of the process to get there. It's not an easy process, is what it is. But enough of my Boston Terriers, and let's get into International Pipe Smoking Day and what I feel is kind of the import of International Pipe Smoking Day. For those of you who do not know its history, and I can't say that I'm well versed in its history, but I know a little bit of its history. It's been around since 2008. So this is his 14th anniversary. Initially started on the Pipe Smokers Forum, or I believe, or the Pipe Forum, one of the smoking forums, I believe a European one. And this was kind of the anniversary date of when they were found, and so they declared it in 2008 International Pipe Smoking Day. So some people go, well, what's the significance? There's so many made-up holidays you turn around. I think yesterday was like Dog Day or Pet Day. We have a Boston Terrier Day that's right around now as well. But I think the significance of like this particular day is to make people aware that there's still pipe smokers out. I highly encourage all of those of you who smoke a pipe, on your regular newsfeed, not just like in your Facebook groups or in your pipe groups. Share a picture of one of your pipes and what you're smoking, or a picture of you with your pipe. Try to present a good image of us pipe smokers. I think you all are the best people on the earth. I love pipe smokers. I think we are a different breed altogether. I don't care what you look like, if you're male, female, if you're green, if you're brown, if you're white. It makes no difference to me. You're a pipe smoker. So you're part of that brotherhood. And when I mean brotherhood, that includes our sisters in the hobby as well. But what I can tell you is that we tend to be a good group, a group that likes discussion, a group that likes interesting things to talk about. We tend to like good things in life, even if we don't have the means of some very rich members. I think even our middle class members and those who are not even at the middle class level yet, we still enjoy fine tobaccos, in many cases quality beers or good whiskey. We would rather save for those things that we enjoy and enjoy those than just to buy a crappy tobacco or a crappy whiskey. So I think that us pipe smokers are kind of a unique bunch. Most of us are pretty well read. We like books, we like science fiction, we like fantasy. I mean, the list can go on and on. Does everybody fit into that stereotype? No. No, we don't. We're a unique bunch, and I don't think we're all the same, but I do think we have some commonalities together, which I love about this community. I also love on how supportive most everyone is about everyone in the in the pipe smoking community, especially like in the YouTube pipe smoking community. Everybody I know since I've started this channel, people have been very supportive. People with other channels come on my channels and make positive comments, and I appreciate it. It has also opened my eyes up to some channels that I've never seen before, and I'm finding some really great content. I'm not going to be one of these guys. You're going to only watch my channel. Oh my God. I don't have an ego like that. I know that this is a work in progress, and I'm probably not the best channel right now. And I don't know if I'll ever be the best channel. But what you get is, or what you see is what you get. You get the real Ken. And sometimes I'm just rambling on like I am now. But I think that the important thing is for us to support those in the pipe smoking community and support those who are creating content. And you might learn a few things. You might learn a few things about some new pipes you've never seen, or some tobacco you haven't seen. Maybe you're just getting some insight from one of the creators on something in life that just happens to resonate with you. Maybe they talk about their children or their home or what's going on in the world right now, and it resonates with you, and that's good. That's good. Some of the nicest people I've met, like I said, are pipe smokers, and I'm actually shocked at some of the friendships that have developed or in the process of developing and nurturing from people I've met in pipe smoking groups. I mean, I can name at least a handful, if not more, of people that a year ago wasn't friends of mine, but now I consider them friends. Hannibal, Trevor, Todd, Robert, Kenneth, different Kenneth, not me, Joe, the list can go on, and I know I'm going to miss people who I'm friends with, and they're going to probably be offended. Don't take it that way. Dominic, but the list is, I can go on and on of people that I really enjoy their conversations, that I enjoy when we text or call. I called one of my buddies out of the blue yesterday. Wasn't available on Messenger, and I just wanted to see if he was okay. And it was like, hey, I've never seen this before. This has never happened. And that was fun. I talked to him for a while, and it was good to see some of his pipes and some of his tobaccos, and it was a good experience. But with International Pipe Smoking Day, one of the things I'm going to encourage, and let me get this lit up before I continue that. I love this tobacco. One of the things that I would encourage is, if you don't belong to a pipe smoking group, maybe try to find a pipe smoking group. If there's none in your area, maybe think about forming one. I haven't found a pipe smoking group here, so I'm thinking about forming one. Hopefully this channel will help me attract some pipe smokers. We don't have a lot of places for pipe smokers here. We've got a few outside bars or tap rooms, breweries who, they don't mind if you're out there smoking a pipe. We've got one tobacco shop in Ocala that is mostly cigars, but they don't mind if you come into their lounge. And I even think about talking to the owner about starting a club there that we can meet up there. They're really good people over there. They do a lot of work for veterans. They take in lots of gifts that they donate to veterans, especially veterans who are serving in active military that are serving overseas right now. So they send them cigars and matches and Slim Jims, and all sorts of little fun goodies. Which, being a former Marine Corps 0311, I can tell you is that guys who are deployed or away from home, they really appreciate that stuff. They really appreciate, sometimes even just a card from somebody from home saying, hey, I don't know you, brother or sister, and, but I really appreciate you, what you're doing and protecting our country and serving. I hope this little token of gratitude, sees you in good health, and please stay healthy. Just little words of encouragement like that make huge, huge. And again, this is one of the things I love about pipe smokers. We tend to be a good group. I also ride motorcycles. I don't anymore. Ever since I was in an accident, and it wasn't a motorcycle accident, thank God. I would have died that day. It was in a car accident. I was at a stoplight, stopped in front of a Hardee's, and thank God I'm not a jerk driver, and I left enough room for people to get in and out. And some lady was on her phone, texting, not paying any attention. It's a 35-mile-per-hour street. She was going at least 45 and hit me. Two saving graces for me is that the light was just starting to turn green, and I was just getting ready to take my foot off of the brake when I seen her coming, and I had enough space, and then the cars in front of me was moving, so when she hit me, it didn't squish me like this. It just got my rear end, but it totally pushed my trunk up into like my rear seat area. It totaled my car. The car was only about a year old at that time. Wasn't happy about it, but I got my Volkswagen Passat now as a result of that, and I love my Volkswagen. It's a deep burgundy. I call it the Santa Mobile. Beautiful tobacco. If you haven't heard me talk about this before, I review it in another video, but I will just say that it is a lovely, full English that is Latakia forward, but it's got so much more than just Latakia. It is just so well balanced. It's such a great flavor. Let's start a pipe smoking club. Get involved. Maybe do some things for the community. Set up swaps. Set up tobaccos of the month. And the nice thing is generally the more you buy, the cheaper it becomes. So if you have enough members, you might be able to buy a pound of tobacco. You get 16 people and you buy a pound of tobacco fairly inexpensively on many blends. And you divide that among 16 people and everybody gets an ounce. And if you have more, you can get a pound and divide it into half ounces. And a half ounce of tobacco is more than enough for several bowls to give people an impression whether they like it or not. It's a great way to buy tobacco without spending a fortune. You could literally make an order for 2 or 3 tobaccos, whatever it is that would get you to a minimum order on many websites, which is usually between like $90, $99 for free shipping. Get enough tobacco for 2 to 3 months worth every time you make an order. So this month you do this particular blend. I know, for an example, pipes and cigars, I don't know if it's still going, but last week they had a sale on Laney bulk tobaccos. Lane bulk tobaccos. And they were as cheap as $1.80 an ounce when you were buying a pound. Now think about that for a minute, guys. $1.80 an ounce. You could take something like Lane 1Q and Lane BCA, which is one of my favorite things mixed together, and smoke that very inexpensively. Very inexpensively. For those who like Hobbit weed, again, Lane 1Q with Lane Cherry or Very Cherry. Again, very inexpensive. For those who like kind of a crossover mixture, Lane HGL, just pure old Lane BCA, Black Cavendish. I know guys who smoke that nonstop. There's a longtime member on many of the pipe groups, John Horton, giving him a shout out. Seems like a great guy. I don't know him personally, but seems like just a perfect gentleman. Beautiful pipe collection. Oh my God, gorgeous pipe collection. But I swear, almost every day he's smoking BCA. I see him smoke other stuff, but he loves his BCA. And what I find funny about that, and not funny towards him, but funny towards everyone else who sometimes badmouths BCA or aromatics, that you're not a real pipe smoker if you don't smoke in English or vape here or any of the other more non-aromatic blends that make you a real pipe smoker. Is that he just enjoys the living crap out of that, and he doesn't care what any of you think. But I've never seen anybody give him grief over what he smokes, because he's such a gentleman, and most people are like, yeah, that's a great blend, because it is a great blend. So for those of you who haven't tried BCA, it's a nice tobacco. It's pleasant in the room, it smells great. You're not going to get any objections from anyone when you smoke that, unless it's someone who is just wound a little too tight and their head is placed someplace it shouldn't be. Let's get this lit again. I have to build a little bit of cake in this. Not bad. Turned out to be a pretty beautiful day here in north central Florida. I changed my seating arrangement here on my patio, so those of you who are stuck out in the cold can see the nice, beautiful, sunny day behind me, and it's probably all washed out from the sun. But a few palm trees and some others in my yard. It's my side of my yard. My house is right up on the edge of one of my properties on the side here. I've got a few acres here. I've got about, with my easements, about 2.5. Without my easements, about 2. It's one of the smaller lots here. I'm in the farm preservation area of Marion County, where mostly horse farms, cattle farms. We got blueberry farms. We've got a few orange orchards, not many in this area. Most of the oranges are grown south of here. Indian River area. Down towards like the area by like where Vero Beach is, that area loaded with citrus. Around Kissimmee, lots of citrus farms as well. So get out today, guys. Bring a pipe with you. Be courteous, be polite when you're in public. Be aware of your surroundings. Don't be a jerk pipe smoker. Be friendly to people if they approach you. Even if somebody approaches you negatively, don't come back negative. Try to always be positive. Let the public perception be what I know it should be of all of us pipe smokers, which is that of the positive. Raise the bar for where we are in society right now. Society's bar has really been dropping over the last decade or so. Maybe even a little longer than that. Yeah, over a decade. But we can raise that bar. We can show people what it's nice, or what it's like to be a nice person, and to be a gentleman and to treat people with respect, or to be a lady and treat people with respect, and to treat people the way that we want to be treated back. I think that's the real key. Kind of the golden rule approach is that I find, and this is just for me, but I find from my own experience that if you're nice to people and kind to people, they're generally kind back. Now, can I be a jerk? Oh, yeah. My twin brother and I were having a long conversation last night, and he would tell you that, I think his exact words were, dude, there are times I swear you're schizophrenic. You've got so many different personalities. Well, there might be some truth to that. I think we all have different personalities. You know, at work, you are your work persona. You know, at work, when I was the boss, I was the boss. I could also be the friend. I could be the counselor. I could be the priest for those who needed a priest. I could be whatever that was needed at my job. But that was not the same person I was at home. At home, I was the husband. I was the father. I was the crazy dog owner. Crazy dog dad who talks to his dogs in crazy little pet voices. With some of my friends, I am said their counselor. For those who have followed me on any of the other networks I was on before, when I was a member of the show Talknosis, I guess I was a philosopher to some, a educator on Gnostic theology to others. But we all have different roles. And sometimes those roles cross and sometimes they don't. And it's Sunday and the motorcycles are out and they're alone today. I'm hoping my noise reduction software gets rid of all of that. But back to my story here is that it's okay to have different perceptions of you. We're not always the same person. And that's not that we're putting on acts or that we've got multiple personalities, but most of us do have personalities and qualities about us that are different depending upon the crowds we're in. When I'm hanging out with my musician friends, I'm still that, in my mind at least, I'm that 16-year-old rock and roll guitar player that I was when I was in high school. If I'm hanging out with any of my priest or bishop friends, then I am that guy. If I am hanging around with my wife, well, then I'm a totally different person altogether. Same thing around my kids. Even though with my kids and my wife, they tend to see the goofiest natures of me more than anyone. So probably the most real any of you can see. Even though you guys see quite a bit of real from me as well. Because it's just me and you in front of the camera. But that is going to be it for me today. I really appreciate you guys joining me. If you're liking the content, please hit subscribe, hit that notification center, share the videos with your friends. I really appreciate that. And thank you again for joining me on this International Pipe Smoking Day and also my anniversary. Shout out to my lovely wife, April. I love you. It's been a nice 6 years. We've been together for over a decade, and we've known each other since we were 14, but I can't imagine my life without you. I love you, honey, and I love all my fans here as well. Thank you so much, subscribers. Have a great day today. Take care now.